Hey, my name is Tozyro, and ever since I was 11 up until today, which I'm going to be 19 in a few days, I've grown out my hair about 4 or 5 times. During all of these times, I cut my hair from about 8 months to, I guess now I've been growing it out for like a year and 3 months or so. And over this time, I've learned that one of the major things that you need to do in order to grow out your hair is a lot to do with psychological factors. And there are actually 5 things that I learned over this period of time which I've been trying to grow my hair, which now that I have these in my mind, I can just confidently grow out my hair. And it was just so much easier to overcome the awkward phase. So if you stick around till the end of the video and you look out for these 5 tips, the probability of you being able to grow out your hair yourself is quite large as well. Of course, it varies from person to person, but these things I found out to work quite well for me. So if it works out well for you, let me know. And if you guys aren't already doing so, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. It would really help me out, and you know, it just takes a couple of seconds. So the first tip that I want to go to, and it is actually kind of related to Instagram too, is to follow people on social media that will inspire you to grow your hair out. So for me, for example, Greg Brzezinski was a great one, even though he's cut his hair now, but that's fine, you know, it's just part of the process. When he had his hair longer, it looked very good. It's this kind of thing that you can just look at and be like, this is something that I want to get to. So through doing that, and through, you know, because you go on social media quite a lot during the day, and so when you're seeing these things about people with longer hair that have that hair that you want to have, it just inspires you to keep on going. And it will be something which will be more subconscious, because you won't need to go out of your way to look for people with long hair. This is just something that's going to come naturally as you scroll through your phone. I don't know if you'd consider me to be one of those people that would, you know, inspire you to grow your hair, but if I am, obviously do follow me on Instagram. And you know, because who knows, maybe by the time you're watching this video, it could be a lot longer than this. Maybe I've cut it, I'm not sure. But that is number 1, which I would say that although it seems small, it actually does make a difference, particularly on that subconscious that I talked about. Number 2, progress pictures and progress videos. In order for you to keep growing out your hair, it's a journey. It's something that you need to know that you're having progress in, just like if you're going to the gym, doing a diet or whatever it is. So how do you do that? By taking progress photos and checking back and just seeing that you are making the progress, particularly in the first few months, is very important, and it's really easy to notice the difference. After you get past 1 year, 2 years, obviously the difference becomes a lot smaller, but in the first few months, that is normally when there is the biggest difference. And as someone who has done 2 videos in which I grew out my hair for a year, link in the description by the way, if you want to check those out. You know, I did one when I was like 14 and another one when I was like 18, I think it was. No, 15 and 18. Is that it? 16? Something like that, you know, it was 15 to... It was something like that, you know, I think it was 15 to 16 and 17 to 18. Yeah, that's the one, I'm pretty sure. And hey, if you want to do a video yourself and send it to me on Instagram, or leave it in the comments below, I can actually check it out and maybe can even react to it. But doing that just makes you aware that you actually do have control over what's going on and that you are making progress. And I think it's something that's very important, you know, when you look back at a photo from 3 months ago and you see the difference, that kind of stuff just really does keep you going. And that's worked for me before. Even if you're not a fan of taking pictures of yourself, just kind of do it and keep it to yourself or something. If you don't want to post it on social media, you can do whatever you want really, but I found that this one actually did help me quite a lot. It's actually getting really hot. Okay, number 3 is take care of your hair and accommodate your hair depending on whatever phase it's on. Now, what do I mean by that? You know, it might sound very complicated, but it's actually pretty straightforward. When you're growing out your hair, you're going to go through the awkward phase. And when you're going through the awkward phase, you can either let your hair do its own thing and let it look messy and let it look a way which isn't quite nice, or you can actually almost try to adapt to it and actually make it look good. I did a video before on how to style your hair in the awkward phase. Once again, if you guys want to check that out, I'll leave it in the description of the video. But I think it's something that's important because you still need to look presentable, you know, even if you're growing out your hair. You know, you might be the person that doesn't really care about what people say, but if your hair is looking scruffy and you're not really taking care of it, there's going to be many more people that are saying, you know, your hair doesn't look good. And if you are taking care of your hair, you're going to get more people saying that that looks good. And once again, even if you are the kind of person that doesn't care what people have to say, these little things can make the difference between you deciding to cut your hair one day and you deciding to keep on going. So whether that is, you know, putting a little bit of gel on your hair to making it stay back, whether that's parting your hair a different way, whether that's trying to tie up your hair on the top part or something like that, whatever it is, make sure that you're accommodating to whatever phase it's on. And I feel like this one is quite important, and especially if you want to, you know, still keep your style, because growing out your hair isn't just about letting your hair do its own thing. It's actually about having a different kind of style, but still in a good way. Number 4, have a clear target of what you want your hair to look like. An easy way to do this is, if you know how your hair is like, let's say mine is thick dark hair or thick wavy hair, whatever, I'll just kind of like look that up on Google, and then whatever results would come up, I would go and check those out, and that would give me a great indication as to how my hair would look like. And that is only if you've not grown your hair out before. If this is your second or third time doing this, then, you know, that's fine. You can just look back at those. You know, this is kind of similar to the second one, but this one is a little bit more specialized, because getting a notion as to how your hair could potentially look like, and you imagine that on you, and you imagine how that could look like on you, can really kind of just push you to get that. So plan how you think that your hair will look like, you know, within 6 months, within 12 months. If you need to go get your hair trimmed to adjust it to make it look like that, that's fine. But as long as you have that plan as well, I feel like that will help you keep things in motion, and it's not going to make you sway. And finally, the fifth one, and now this one is a little bit more, you don't normally hear about this one as much, but this is something that I found out that worked for me really well. If you make long hair almost part of you, almost part of your personality, almost part of who you are, that actually really helps as well. And that's actually one of the things that I would say that has helped me the most. You know, back in school, I was kind of known as that tall kid with long hair, and you know, that kind of makes it more of like a you thing. It makes it an individual thing that, you know, people kind of, they see that in you. Like when people say, oh, he's the dude with long hair, be like, yes, I am that dude with long hair. So if you incorporate having long hair as almost kind of like part of your personality, obviously you don't need to do it to a large extent, just to a small extent. Like for example, I like wearing earthy colors. You know, I studied earth basically, and so that's kind of like part of my personality and part of who I am. And if you kind of like take long hair on board with that as well, that can help a lot more, because it's kind of like your own unique style, if that makes sense. So that makes it more individual to you, and as I said, you can just kind of do that and you can rock that, and that will look absolutely fine. So guys, let me know if these tips helped you at all. Once again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, subscribe, maybe 2-year hair growth video will come out soon. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you all soon.